Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. It's Friday. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. I'm a little bit limited on time, so I'm just going to do a quick video. Our boys have spring hockey now, so hockey never really ends. But the weekend, it's fun, and we have another tournament this weekend, just like last weekend. So let's jump into a few things, and then I'll do a more thorough weekend analysis by Sunday. I should have that ready for you. Okay, so we're going to, by the way, we're doing this intraday about 1:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to get these videos intraday, consider becoming a YouTube supporter or member for 99 cents a month. Comes with the Discord and trade alerts. So we're in, right here is SPX on the daily time frame. We're in the box for, okay, so let me rephrase this. We basically have the recipe for reversal. We're into resistance. This resistance is wide, so we can continue to go higher, but I'll show you a few things on the lower time frames of the scenario that took place and how it might be ending. So that's about all we're going to look at. We're not going to look at targets or anything like that until later. So with the moving averages, again, everything's pointing up. Never firm. Looks like we want to go get the 200 moving average. Well, that 20-week moving average, as we talked about yesterday's video, is just above this 200-day. So it's going to be a very, very important area around the 5,750 zone. Okay, we're just a stone's throw away. Again, momentum's up. The 20 moving average is starting to curl, starting to move sideways. So anything can happen at just about any point here. Monday is typically a follow-through day from Friday, but I've seen that be a little bit different since recently. A lot of things have changed, okay? So we'll look for maybe another move up on Monday, or just a gap down and go. I'm looking for this reversal imminently. So with the McClellan oscillator, well into overbought territory. Okay, MACD getting to that neutral area. So this, we want to on the weekly time frame on the MACD, we're not even in a bull cross yet, and so we're actually looking for this to curl over and head lower at this point. Okay, we've had our correction. It's a massive correction. Now I'm looking for a continuation. So the only other, and there's a bullish scenario, we're not going to harp on that. I'm looking for continuation to the downside, but if this is a bullish move, then somehow we're getting a 1 into a 2 and then higher, right, for new highs. So we're in extreme overbought territory in RSI. We're starting to get the curl over on Slow Stoke. DMARC. Okay, as of Monday, we're going to have a 9 count. All right, so we're getting close to a 9 count exhaustion sell signal from DMARC point of view. All right. We're also into, let's go to SPY. We're also into this resistance zone that we talked about for, well, we'll get to that in a second. I'll show this money flow index. The money's flowing out. Price is going up. Money's flowing out. Okay, that has to do a lot with volume. This is not confirming the move. So a reversal is imminent. And what we'll look for is two things. For the bulls, we'll look for left shoulder, head, right shoulder when this takes a dip. And then with your bear, then you'll look for continuation to the downside. Keep it simple. Not quite to the top of the Bollinger Band. Oh, we're getting right there. So again, if we have another update tomorrow or Monday, we should probably see a tap of the Bollinger Band with overbought conditions. That will be a sell signal in itself. Let's see, just change boards. Give you a look at, we're still in that timing window for a top. So that continues into the 5th, which is Monday, I believe. Today's 2nd. Yep. So Monday, we're looking for a top. We're still in that cluster. Okay, let's go over to this board here, our ending diagonal. All right, we're getting on top of the fibs here. We do have a 786 that comes up next. And that's the territory that I'm basically outlining where price should reverse. I know it's such a large area here, but we have the 200 in between and then a 20-week simple moving average just in between there, and also a candle breakdown high here. So I don't suspect that we'll get up to this 585, but we have to use the verbiage. You stay on top of 563, you hold 563, you can't argue anything else. You know, that's the next target higher. So let's go to the SPY 65 minute. I'm typing it in, it's already in there. Sorry, I'm rushing through, you guys. Just a little limited on time here. So there's a traditional look. We're getting into the pivot from 2000 right now, so maybe that stops us from here. Maybe the top is in. So here's our primary situation. Was our alternate. I didn't think it would go straight there. And then by the way, it still stands that this could be the first part of the correction. We get a larger B, whether it makes a new low or not, high or low, and then C will go up to the 786. I showed you those examples, so make sure you check out yesterday's video if you want to see that. So some people are counting this as a 1, 2, and then we're into wave 3, 4, 5, and you continue to go higher. I think this is starting to work out just fine, where this is simply 1, 2. So you can't see the 5 waves in here, but 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 3. You got your 4 correction, and here's your 5 right here. So I use this board because there's these were all set up here, and that would be the end of it coming up imminent. Oops. But this still stands as what might happen if you get your A, your B, your A still continuing up here, and this is 100% extension, would take us to 572, 573 if price wants to get there. You get your B reversal, and then you continue higher. The cycles kind of tell me this is still happening, and then you have your 5-wave move up to make it to possibly that 786 or even a steep 886 retracement. Okay, so I still think this is the most likely situation, but we have to wait for this to turn. I think we're going to get that turn. And believe me, if something else starts to occur, that's why we do these videos so often. You have to stay on top of this. Here is the wedge within a wedge. So once this starts to break down, you know, we'll have to determine if it continues higher. Maybe this all was just your wave 1, 2, and we're into 3 and 4 and 5. We go directly to a 786. So on the daily time frame, if the 8 exponential moving average holds, then you continue. You can't argue that anything else is going to happen. This is just a projection on if price breaks down. This is what I think is happening. That's all we can do with these. And with your indicators, all we can do is look for those indications that we might be getting a reversal. So let's go ahead and look at the moving averages. We know we're above all of them. Your MACD, RSI, all with negative divergence. We're getting real tight price action here in the slow stochastic. DMARC, We got our 13 exhaustion, 9, 9, 13. That's a sell signal itself. Do we get, another 9 up here? I don't know that sequence, but that's something we could look up. Awesome oscillator, negative divergence. Money flow, negative divergence. Okay. That's all negative, negative, negative. We're just waiting on something. Is that FOMC next week? Perhaps. Bollinger Band up at the top of it. Negative divergence. Oversold RSI. That's a sell signal. And that's it. We're into the volume shelf. I showed you that yesterday. Is there anything else I want to show? That is that's just a recipe for a reversal. Okay, and then you have this trend line down here. If price somehow holds that potential trend, then there's no arguing. We can definitely go higher and work off those conditions. We will. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Don't forget to check out the in-out spread. I'm actually going to add an in-out spread. I want to, save, since we're getting into the weekend. It's a very good way to play reversals. It gives you plenty of time for the trade to work out, and it works against Vega, all the delta, all the Greeks for trading options, all the negative things that can happen. That's what it protects against. So here's our wedge we're looking at for now. We're at the bottom of it. A wedge within a wedge. All right, you guys, that should be the first signal, is this wedge breaking down, and then the next one. So thanks for joining us here at OptionsTender. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll do a much more thorough video coming up soon.